Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about why I'm not going to kid/animated movies anymore, unless it's based on IP that I really want to see. Now, I'll still check out ones I hear good things about on Disney Plus. No, not Disney Plus. I'm not subscribed to them anymore. On PVOD, if I hear good things about them. Like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, Illumination. A little less on Disney on account of the fact that, Moana 2 was trash. Nah, it wasn't complete garbage. It was just dull AF. After having seen Wicked with a PVOD rental, I'm honestly starting to wonder if I should have gone to see that instead of Moana 2. Obviously, that was the better musical of November of 2024, but this isn't a review of Wicked. This is why I'm not going to animated movies like Moana 2 unless they're based on IP that I enjoy. And no, I'm not talking like another or a sequel to something like Moana or any other sequel that Moana 2 could be compared to in the future with all the other Disney movies, because most of those are going to have large swarms of kids with their chaperoning adults in there. There are likely to be disruptive ones. Like my one of my friends who went to see Inside Out 2 on a Saturday night. That was the first time he went to a movie like that in some time, and he said he forgot how disruptive children in the audience can be, which I'm going to be clear in case Matt Walsh is somehow watching this. I don't fault children for being a little disruptive because I know they're kids. They don't know better. So that's why I decided that the burden is on me to either accept that it's going to happen or not go to these movies in the first place. I chose not to go to these movies in the first place. Yeah, the way I see it with Despicable Me 4, I ended up waiting until the first day of school in my town. I'm not kidding. I actually waited for literally first day of school in the public schools in my town to go see that. And that was a gambit because it was over 2 months after release. Because there was a decent possibility it wouldn't have been around after that. Like, yes, it would be on PVOD. And now that's what I'd do if I heard it was particularly good. If I didn't hear it was that good, I might wait for the $6 rental. But there is no but knowing what to expect with that movie, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the first day of hey, school's in session because I'm gonna go see Beetlejuice that day anyway. And then I threw in Blink twice because I had 3 free tickets. But yeah, my viewing experience of Inside Out 2, and before that, the Garfield movie, there weren't really a lot of people in the audience in the first place because I went at like 2 or 2 p.m. for Garfield, 3 p.m. for Inside Out 2. It was a school day, and they were both school days, so I didn't have to worry about that. Same thing with The Wild Robot in September. But when I went to see Moana 2, I thought it was going to be a school day. It still was in my town's schools, but there were still a decent number of kids in the audience, probably out of towners who were probably visiting to were probably visiting family for the whole week and decided, yeah, let's go see Moana 2. So after that experience and not really caring for the movie, I decided, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go see Disney animated movies in the theater anymore. I think I'm not even going to bother with Illumination movies like Despicable Me 4 or The Wild Robot. That one's DreamWorks, by the way, but you get the idea. Now, I did go see Sonic 3, and kind of like Matt Walsh's experience, most of the audience were adults who, unbeknownst to him, would have been fans of Sonic Adventure 2 when it first came out. They would have grown up playing Sonic Adventure 2. I personally was one of those adults. Most of my group that I was with at my birthday screening of that were fans of Sonic Adventure 2. That's what I wish I. You know what? I'm going to go to the comments section of Matt Walsh's very cringe review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 by being like, it's based on a video game that a lot of those adults grew up playing. I should know. I'm one of them. Not one of them that was in his theater, but one of those adults who grew up playing the game and wanted to see the movie. That was a similar situation with the Mario movie in April of 2023. Opening night, my my friends and I went to see it. Most of the audience was adults. Well, it's honestly at the age of 26 for two of us and 23 at the time for the other one. It was mostly adults in there. Okay, there were a few kids, but it was mostly adults as young as say me and my two friends who grew up with the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, and then older adults who have grown up on the Nintendo 64, the Super NES, maybe more with the GameCube because they were older. I was 4 when the GameCube first came out. I don't remember if I saw anyone old enough to have been a kid when the NES came out, like Neil Patrick Harris's character in, I forget the name of the movie, the uh 8-Bit Christmas. Yeah. I don't think I saw anyone that old, like mid 40s, because anyone who was a kid in the mid 85 when the original Super Mario Brothers came out, let's say they were 10 or 11, they'd be pushing 50 right now, or at this point some of them probably are in their early 50s. Yeah, my mom was an older teenager when the NES and the original Super Mario Brothers came out, and then my dad was probably in, I think he was in middle school at that point, if not early high school, very early high school. But yeah, a movie like that, that's the kind of that and the Spider-Verse movies, which I also noticed was mostly adults. I don't recall a single child at Across the Spider-Verse. There's this obnoxious couple on next to me who kept on talking quite loudly, and one of my friends actually gave me a dirty look to do something about it. I politely asked them to keep it down. I kept it polite because I had this one guy who, when I went to see Glass Onion, was a bit harsh a bit on me about munching on my popcorn a bit loudly. Honestly, you kind of have to plan for that if you're seeing a movie at the theater. Or this guy was like late 40s or is to mid 50s. You'd think that someone that age would know to expect that kind of thing. Yeah, obviously in the case of the Super Mario Brothers movie and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and what was the other one? Across the Spider-Verse. I went on a school night, so that might explain it a little better. Like if I went on a Saturday night, or even worse, on a Saturday afternoon, yeah, there would be way more kids in the audience. Though there were a few, though there was a big group with some chaperoning adults at the Thursday night preview show of If that I went to. Yeah, I'm afraid movies like that are not based on an IP that I like, such as Spider-Man in the case of Into and Across the Spider-Verse, video games like the Mario and Sonic movies. I think those are going to have to wait for PVOD across the board. That, and I expect the Disney quality has gone downhill anyway. Pixar, that could be hit or miss. I mean, Elio could still be good, but they reworked it so much that who knows. Zootopia 2, kind of curious what they do, but I'm not gonna bother seeing it in the theater because I know that late November it is going to be busy. Maybe if I wait till the first Tuesday in December after it comes out, one, I'll know if it's good or not, and two, if I do go see it, I can easily go during school hours. But yeah, if it's something that I really want to see, I am not gonna let I'm not gonna let guys who would give me a hard time about it, like Matt Walsh or whoever else, be like you shouldn't see those kinds of movies. You shouldn't even be watching them if you don't have kids of your own that you're watching it with. I mean, I could always, in a few years, go to upstate New York and invite my cousins who have kids when those kids are old enough to be able to go to the movie theater and then be like, hey, Matt Walsh, guess what? I'm seeing it with family, some of whom happen to be the kids those animated movies are made for. Can't criticize me now. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about going to animated and or more family friendly movies. as an adult who doesn't have kids. As I said, I am not doing that anymore unless it's for something I'm truly excited for, like Beyond the Spider-Verse or the Mario movie sequel or Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Basically, those that are based on IPs that someone my age would have grown up with and enjoyed, especially if I happen to have fallen to that, like the Sonic Adventure 2 crowd for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, or the Nintendo fandom for the Mario movie, or Spider-Verse, because, well, those are just really good. I don't know what else to say. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily rants and rambles like this, and I'll see you soon.